Hello,
Hello, and welcome back to the Ash and Dad Show. My name is Ash,
and I'm his dad.
and we're here to talk about Formula
Stuff and
E
Formula E
again.
again. So we made it.
We did.
Day one in Portland for the ePrix, the Portland
Round 13
round
of the
13,
2024 season.
season 10 of Formula E, right down here in Portland. It was an early morning.
It was. We got up nice and early, made sure to get some food in us before we left. First, FP2, free practice 2, was at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get there early, got good parking.
Great parking.
Um,
And yeah, the entry process was pretty fantastic.
Oh, easy, nice and early, especially so if you ever go to a race, make sure you get there in the morning. That way you don't have to deal with long lines or anything. We got into the track in probably under 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, very, very nice.
Free practice was already underway, and we could hear the cars, tires going around some of the final turns right as we were coming in, and it was amazing to hear.
It was great to watch them and our first real sense of how fast those cars really go.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell from really any motorsport just how fast these cars are going until you watch them live, and
really
it
see that
was
sense of speed
it
going
was
through
really
corners.
cool. I was just smiling watching all these, cars and teams that I've watched online
Hmm.
get to see them in person, get to see these drivers, um, and it was just really awesome.
Yeah, yeah, you got us some fantastic seats in Grandstand A.
Yep,
Um,
right at the end of the last corner, so you get to see all the drivers zoom right by you, get on the accelerator, and it's really cool to hear.
yeah.
Great atmosphere at the circuit itself. Bunch of cool stuff that we saw. We did some simulator
Hmm.
times. We'll go back tomorrow, make sure we get a better time in than we did today. But yeah, it was very cool.
They had a fantastic, yeah, fan setup
Hmm.
for everyone around just to be able to go and see, and various activities to do. Everything from, Andretti had a Gen 2 Formula E car and one of their Indy cars out there that you could go take a close look at. Um,
Which was very cool.
yeah,
I had never seen the IndyCar in person, so it was good to see that. What else did they have? They had Jaden singing in between qualifying and the race, and there was plenty of other performances all across.
food trucks
Yeah,
and all sorts of tasty food to be had. Water stations, make sure you're hydrated the entire
which
time.
was very, very nice.
It was 80 degrees today, so it was warm,
The sun was beating down on us.
but
We got some nice sun to show for it.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of qualifying format in Formula E is very interesting.
Hmm.
They head out in two different group stages, and the top four from each of those stages goes into the quarterfinals where they battle against one other driver. And then whoever wins that ends in the semifinals. Whoever wins that ends up in the finals. Whoever wins the finals is the pole sitter and gets the three championship points, which was very important for the man who lined up on pole today,
Yeah.
Mitch
Mitch
Evans.
Evans from Jaguar TCS,
Yes.
which was fantastic. No, it's a neat for it because it's that once you get to that shootout phase, it's just a single lap time set against your opponent in that semifinal and quarter and final shootout. So whoever gets the best lap time on that one lap moves on. So you could have a fantastic lap or even maybe a horrible lap, but your opponent had a worse one, but
Yeah.
you still get to move on and keep going.
Which we saw happen a few times. People
Hmm.
messed up their laps and ended up getting knocked out. One of my favorite drivers, Dan Ticktum, made it into the duels for his first time this season, which was cool to see.
Hmm.
And the championship leaders, Nick Cassidy, there we go. Nick Cassidy and Pascal Wehrlein didn't even make it into the group stages. Or past, yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
it's into the, yeah.
into that shootout phase. So
So obviously that led to great racing when it came time, and we were very excited to watch that. There was plenty of good battles. everybody, almost like I'm pretty sure half the grid led the race at one point.
At some point. That's one thing about Formula E is the leads and the racing is so close and tight. Um, my favorite driver, Nick Cassidy, he started from 10th, and midway through the race, he had worked his way all the way up to first and held that first spot for a good portion of the race before spinning out on the second to last lap and losing all of the position that he had gained and losing all the important points he was going to gain from this win, unfortunately. But it's such close racing and such variability, but still a lot of skill to work through the field and come out up on top.
Yeah, I mean, we did see some Jake Dennis of Andretti.
Mm-hmm.
Both him and his teammate made it up to the lead. They didn't end up staying there. Don't know what happened to them, but it was, yeah, there was plenty of good.
So many lead changes.
Yeah.
So many lead changes.
The podium three themselves ended up being really cool. Didn't expect any of them to be on the podium, but it was good to see them. And speaking of the podium, we got to go to the podium celebration. Our grandstand was right next to it, so
it made it easy once the race was over to go right down and be front row to watch the trophies being handed out, and even got a little
champagne
sprayed on us.
Yeah, thank you, Jean-Eric Verne of DS Penske for that one. It was really cool. It was cool to see the drivers up there up close
and watch the teams kind of celebrate.
Yeah,
we've seen it so often with watching motorsports online and on TV, and to be there in person and to see it all. Oh gosh, it was a lot of fun. The fan environment and just the people around are all enjoying. They're rooting for even the underdogs and the people kind of towards the back. They'll be cheering them on to catch back up to the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just a really good experience. It was a lot of fun. I cannot wait for tomorrow. We've got round 14 tomorrow, so another full practice session, another full qualifying and race, and there's a lot more to come. It's going to be exciting.
There's a lot more at stake. Both Nick Cassidy is trying to secure his championship for the drivers, and Jaguar is trying to secure their championship from Porsche. So both are still on the table. Jaguar totally could have taken the lead today for that, but unfortunately unable to do so. So Porsche is still in there, and we get to watch them battle it out on track tomorrow. Maybe we get an Andretti win so we can hear the American national anthem on the podium.
We always like hearing that.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. And
Really?
It all happens too on the same weekend. We've got F1 racing out in Austria. So we're going to have to watch a little bit of that race in the morning before heading out. That'll be exciting. Just a great racing weekend all in all. And I cannot wait to do more tomorrow and more in the future.
Yeah, who's your podium for tomorrow, Dad?
Well, my boy Nick Cassidy. I'd like to see Dennis up there from Andretti, and then hope a little bit of Mitch Evans to round out with Jaguar.
All right, good predictions. I'm gonna go with a Jake Dennis win. The Andretti definitely had pace today. They just, I think, managed energy wrong towards the latter half of the race.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was looking good? There was, I could see a McLaren maybe making it through up to the podium. Maybe Sam Bird.
Oh yeah, he was doing well before that spin out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go him for second, and for third, we're gonna go with Antonio Felix da Costa, another podium finish.
Nice.
A win today, but a third place tomorrow.
Let's do it.
So we shall see. Hopefully our predictions are somewhat true, and we can't wait to tell you guys about them in just, probably under 12 hours here.
Yep.
Well, not 12 hours, 24 hours.
24 hours. Well, that's it from us from Portland. But yeah, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. And we look forward to day 2 round 14 of the Portland ePrix.